Good evening. My name is Craig Vanek, and this is my final project for business law at the University of Central Florida. So, my favorite business firm doing business in the Central Florida area is definitely Under Armour. I am currently employed with them, and the reason why they are my favorite is because I kind of grew up with the company and saw it transform from just an athletic t shirt that I used to wear, like underneath my football pads or underneath my baseball jerseys, to now a global corporation that sells a lot more than just the shirt that it was made up upon. For the second part of the project, I interviewed my manager and also did a little bit of my own research along with that to find out some information on Under Armour in general. So, in regards of the business entity that Under Armour is, it was originally founded as a sole proprietorship by Kevin Plank in 1996. He started it just with a T-shirt that was a alternative to the cotton T-shirts that used to soak up a lot of sweat when people would be playing football and the hot workouts in the summer. It was something with a little bit more of like a technology to it that could help basically alleviate the soaked like heavy shirts that people would wear. And from there, it developed into a corporation and actually is publicly traded also on the stock market. And it sells anything from athletic sportswear, footwear, equipment, all that kind of stuff. Some of the major contracts that it has and contractual relationships that are important to Under Armour are contracts that it has with universities to provide them athletic sportswear to be like sponsored. Most recently in July, they announced a contract with Auburn University to have a deal of $78.1 million over 9 years. The terms of this deal included some $22.5 million in cash, $40.5 million in product, $10 million in stock, $4.5 million in royalties, and $675,000 in marketing. So all of the athletic equipment and sponsored university teams will now be wearing Under Armour as their choice of clothing and jerseys and all that stuff. The intellectual property that's most valuable to Under Armour is actually, as seen right here, this Under Armour logo, the UA. Is it's trademarked by Kevin Plank, as well as the name Under Armour, which is the name of the company. Some major agents that are essential to Under Armour are more so independent contractors like Steph Curry, who is a point guard for the Golden State Warriors, and Jordan Spieth, who is one of the world's top golfers. They have a relationship where they're under a contract of Under Armour and they wear Under Armour like logos on their clothing. They have technology made for them in their shoes, basically shoes, socks, all that kind of stuff. They're sponsored by Under Armour, and in that case, I would say they're independent contractors of the brand. In terms of litigation, there aren't any current lawsuits facing Under Armour today, but there are some impending lawsuits that could occur just as with any other company, specifically when it comes to human resources. Say if somebody feels like they were discriminated against or not hired or treated differently because of sex, race, gender, that could be a potential court trial or a potential case where a firm would settle out of court, just as with any other any other company could be brought to court in that sense. When it comes down to what the firm's ethical culture is like, Under Armour is very proud in its product and likes to produce everything it can in the United States out of their factories. There aren't many. They don't outsource to a sense where they're on like laborers that were treated unfairly. They don't go to like third world countries, like that type of stuff. They try to take pride in remaining green, using the best resources they possibly can, regardless of expense, giving back to the community. Another ethical culture that it includes is also standing behind its product and providing the best product that it possibly can for the benefit of the people that are going to be wearing it. They take a lot of pride in making sure that whatever they advertise is as advertised. And if it's not and there's problems, it's very, very, very rare that they do not basically reach out to a customer and be like, oh, what is the problem? We do want to hear your input and what can we do to fix it? Is there any way to compensate you, kind of thing? For a picture or diagram that I can say illustrates one or more of the legal, like ethical aspects of our firm is actually within the shirt that I am wearing. It's an Under Armour shirt, and also written across is Cassius Clay. Under Armour does work with a lot of athletes, but one of the more influential to the world, I would say, is Muhammad Ali, who's actually birth name Cassius Clay. Uh, that kind of he is kind of what Under Armour stands for in a sense. They take a lot of pride in having him as somebody who they make clothing and stuff in honor of, and he is what I would say is the confidence that he carried is kind of like the confidence of the brand, and how he carried himself to the day that he passed was definitely something that I believe that Under Armour basically exemplifies, is just being confident in what they know and standing by what they feel and what they know, honestly better than most firms, I would say. So that is my final project. Again, my name is Craig Vanek, and I'd like to thank you also for taking the time to watch this, and I thoroughly enjoyed the course. I did learn a lot, and have a great night, and that is my final project on Under Armour.